What is most, why the F asterisk 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 do you know that fact? If you shake/jangle your keys at a moth, it will do a backflip. It's a defense mechanism. The last person who died building the Hoover Dam was the son of the first person who died building it. MLB umpires are required to wear black underwear in case their pants split during a game. Fidel Castro loved dairy so much that he invested in trying to breed a cow that could survive in the climate of Cuba and still produce a lot of milk. He failed over and over for years until one day a cow that was exactly to his specifications. She produced obscene, record-breaking amounts of milk, even for a regular cow, and could live in Cuba's sweltering climate. There were regular updates on her health in the Cuban national newspaper, and he loved her so much that when she died he erected a huge marble statue of her in her honor. Horses can masturbate by hitting their 70 centimeters long dong against their bellies. Many deaths in the Middle Ages resulted from pigs wandering into peasant homes and eating babies out of their cradles. Not only is an elephant's penis prehensile, it's strong enough to throw a grown man around. Julius Caesar's soldiers used to sing a marching song about how much Caesar liked it up the ass. Probably not what you're looking for, but 1 pound of sugar per 1,000 pounds of concrete will ruin the concrete, and it will never set firm. The defense mechanism of the sea cucumber is to eject its toxic internal organs out of its anus, causing the predator to eat them and die. Also, they reproduce by having the female shoot out the egg cell, and the male shooting the sperm at it. The Itero people of Papua New Guinea believe that their gods gave their tribe a finite amount of semen in ancient times, and they have passed on their stockpile of precious semen from man to boy for generations since. It takes approximately 140 bananas in one sitting to kill someone. Licking marshmallows and sticking them on a car on a night below freezing will cause the marshmallows to adhere so strongly that if they are removed while still frozen, they will take the car paint with them. 3 barleycorns laid end to end is the basis for the inch. Pigeons sing in May 4th and 17/8 time signature. If you feel the need to stab someone, stab oranges. They're the same consistency as human flesh. Male hedgehogs masturbate for pleasure, and you have to be careful picking them up because sometimes they have semen on their feet. It's something you have to look out for when you're a hedgehog owner like myself. Redheads require more anesthesia drugs to remain unconscious during surgery. If you need to hide a body, the best way to do it is to remove the hands and teeth to prevent identification. If they can't identify the body, they can't possibly link the victim to you since they don't know who they are, and dispose of them elsewhere. You can also pour yogurt into the anus to help speed up the decomposition process, further preventing identification. If you must bury the body, make sure to bury them vertically, as aerial searches will look for disturbed ground about 6 foot or so long. Also, bury a dead animal about a foot on top of the dead body so when cadaver dogs will alert, they will find the dead animal and the searchers will assume it was a false positive, then move on. Someone on Reddit said this on a post. Rats constantly leave a trail of urine while dragging their tails. You can follow the trail with a UV light. The last wild cow died in Krakow, Poland in 1952. You can neutralize the smell of a rotting corpse by covering it with the ashes of a common campfire. Any wood ash should work, friends. Saddam Hussein wrote a romance novel. In order to get bones really white, it's best to leave them in bucket of hydrogen peroxide, ideally between 3 to 6%, for a minimum of 48 hours or up to a week. It's easy to buy online, but not so easy to buy in large quantities, as it can also be used to make bombs. An important predator to the Canadian moose is the killer whale. The moose will swim over sea straits and get picked off by the killer whales. If you put a needle into the gum line between the 7th and 8th tooth, you'll hit a nerve that runs past your nose and up to behind your eye. Hitting this nerve causes excruciating pain that no painkiller will help you with. You'll basically need to be given local anesthetic or put in an induced coma to stop feeling it. Ducks will fuck anything. Girl ducks do ducks, dead ducks, blue ducks. Heck, even a dog if it doesn't fight back. An orgasm can stop hiccups. Bruh, most of these facts are about animal penises. It would only take about a month and a half to collect enough shed skin cells to completely replace the flour in a traditional pound cake recipe, about 438 g. We shed about 9 pounds of dead skin each year, and 438 g is only 0.966 lbs, so at a rate of 0.75 lbs of skin per month you would only need a way to collect shed skin for a little over 5 weeks. Being high in protein, your skin flour should have a consistency close to a bean flour, and can be used in a similar way to make a pound cake. It would take between 5 and 6 weeks to make a skin cake. A male giraffe will taste the urine of a female to know if she's fertile. America dropped extra-large condoms labeled small into Soviet territory to make the Russians feel bad. I broke my collarbone and had to have physical training to strengthen it. They had me squeeze some equipment to measure my grip strength. I hit 140 pounds. He said, "Holy crap, that's great. You know, it only takes 50 pounds to strangle someone." My first question was why the F / asterisk, do you know that? The kangaroo is the only animal whose testicles are located above his penis. As for why I know this, I went down a YouTube rabbit hole one day and found a video, which answered all the questions I didn't know I had about the pouches that female kangaroos have for their babies. At one point, the guy who made the video, who's American, was feeling around trying to find the pouch in a kangaroo. He couldn't find it, but commented that something felt weird. Later, he was talking to a local who shared that wonderful nugget of information, and suddenly it all made sense what he was feeling that felt so weird. I have more weird tidbits about kangaroo generalists, by the way, but that one is definitely my favorite. In Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, India, female infanticide is completely common. As soon as the unwanted baby's born, they pack her nose and mouth with sand and bury her under a tree, then tie a small white flag/rag in the tree as a makeshift memorial. Explained to me, very matter-of-factly, with little emotion, by a mother who had suffocated and buried 2 daughters before having a son. No dowry to save up for. Sad face. India today, infanticide 2,500 per day. All mammals over the weight of 3 kilograms take approximately 21 seconds to pee, whether that be a house cat, a horse, or an elephant. Nobody knew how the fuck eels reproduce until 2015. You can substitute blood for eggs in any recipe. 65 g of blood can be used in place of 1 regular egg. Dolphins have been known to tear the heads off fish and use their corpses as cock sleeves to masturbate. They also chew pufferfish to get high. The Hawaiian state fish is called a humahumunukunukwapa. I tried to date a Hawaiian girl in high school. It's amazing the stuff you can remember when you're a horny 17-year-old. A whale dick is the size of a human. Imagine this. You're walking down the road and you see a car crash. Someone gets out of a car, and you realize it's someone you know, so you call their name. They turn and crumple to the ground. What happened? They dislocated a bone in their neck, and when they turned their neck, they fully snapped it. There's a bunch of stories of this happening to people, which is very scary. An opossum penis bifurcates into a Y shape. It urinates and ejaculates out of both of them. Snakes have 2 penises. Echidnas have a 4-headed one. Our local landfill will take your loved one's body and dispose of it for $35. Probably the most innocent fact here, but chickens, hens, have an egg song when they lay an egg. It's like them yelling, "I just laid an egg, woo." And then the other hens chime in yelling, "Yeah, she just laid an egg, woo." In ancient Rome, having a large penis resulted in being ridiculed. It was thought the bigger the penis, the dumber and more brutish you were. In other words, I would have been the smartest man in Rome. Urine is historically one of the biggest exports that Newcastle, UK ever had. It was used for a variety of purposes, especially for making ammonia to make paint. A sock over a baseball bat is a really effective home defense weapon. If they grab the bat, the sock will make the bat slip out of their grasp and you can continue beating them until they get out. 1st of January 100000 is Thursday. An elephant's testicles are inside its body, so predators don't have an easy snack. If they hung down, it's a quick and simple snack that's just hanging down in front of them. Mark Wahlberg was born with 3 nipples. If you squeeze a male's testicles hard enough, the adrenaline overload can kill him. Do with that information as you wish. Rubbing alcohol has methanol and isopropanol, both really toxic for humans. Put in it on purpose because without them, it would be subject to the taxes they put on drinkable alcohol. If you are a constipated biological female, you can insert a finger in your vagina and push down to force poop out. Human flesh tastes like pork. Bees can vibrate their bodies super fast, which produces a lot heat. In order for a hive to defend themselves from intruders like wasps, they will dogpile the wasp while vibrating, and it will eventually cook the wasp alive. If you have a shrimp allergy, you also can't eat cicadas. Turtles breath out their butts. Arigato is Japanese for thank you. Obrigado is Portuguese for thank you. Portugal was the first European country to really make meaningful contact with Japan, which was the easternmost heavily populated country/region in Asia. Portugal happens to be the westernmost country in Europe. The 2 words, arigato and obrigado, are linguistically completely unrelated. Those 2 very similar words developed in completely isolated contexts on opposite ends of the world's largest landmass, and they mean the same thing. If you want to get a tiger to eat a body, cover it in salmon oil. Squirrels need to fall 4,800 miles to die because it gives them long enough to starve. This is because they can survive their terminal velocity. 1 horsepower equals about 300 duck power. An average mallard duck can carry 250 g or 0.25 kilograms. 1 horsepower equals 75 kilograms vertically 1 meter per second. 75 kilograms/0.25 kilograms equals 300. Thinking logically, you need 300 ducks lifting 0.25 kilograms in the same direction to equal 1 HP. I'm sure everyone has seen that thread of someone making up a duck power conversion scale, but because I have nothing else to do with my life, I figured out the actual conversion. You need approximately 23.6 kg of anthracite coal to burn an average human male, 80 kilograms, at cremation temperatures. Most dying people don't just slow down breathing and stop silently like the movies. The agonal breathing they do the last few hours or minutes is often startlingly loud, but it makes their CO2 so high that they are unconscious and not suffering. It's just hard on the hearer. Typewriter is the longest word using the top row of a keyboard. After a quick read, I learned about horse masturbation, elephant dicks, skin pant witchcraft, and semen rituals. I think I've hit my fun fact limit for today. If you are going to skin someone alive, you need to keep them in a well-heated room or they will die from hypothermia because it will get rid of their insulation. About 1 cup of ground apple seeds contains enough cyanide to kill a human. Smoothie, anyone? Before clocks were invented, clockwise and counterclockwise were called diesel and Widdershins. When holding a severed head, make sure to use 2 hands because it isn't perfectly balanced like a bowling ball. A googol is a 1 followed by 100 zeros. If you took a sphere the size of Earth and filled it with grains of sand, and counted them, it would only take a 1 followed by 64 zeros. As of about 5 minutes ago, that KY native big brown bats can have a wingspan in excess of a foot, and will fly in a figure 8 pattern about a 20-foot by 15-foot living room when startled. Fennec foxes are the only foxes without musk glands. Human hair can be used to make an additive in foods like pizza crust and bagels. Spiders don't have a penis. They use leg-like appendages to transfer sperm from their body to their mate. So basically they jerk off into their hand and then fist their partner with a handful of sperm. You have 3 to 4 inches of dick inside you. It takes roughly 400 people to forge a sword out of the blood of your enemies. King Tut was mummified with an erect penis. The average male Redditor knows more facts about various animal penises than their own. The E in Chuck E. Cheese stands for entertainment, making his full name Charles Entertainment Cheese. A camel's hump contains fat that they can use when they can't find food. If they use the fat in their hump, it becomes droopy LOL. The longest recorded human poop is 26 feet long. Melted Barbie mixed with acetone smells like fresh cat urine. I got a few. 1. According to question, the caps at the end of shoelaces are called aglets, and their true purpose is sinister. 2. Strawberries are not actually berries. Bananas, however, are. 3. The term "not even a pot to piss in" came from tanneries using human urine to dye items. This meant that poor households would sell their urine to tanneries, the issue being that if you were that poor you couldn't even afford a pot in the first place. 4. The record for the most children born to one woman is held by a farmer's wife, Valentina something, and she gave birth to 69 children across her lifetime, the majority of which obviously being multiple births of quadruplets, triplets, and twins. 5. The record for the most children fathered by one man belongs to a Moroccan noble, who fathered in excess of 1,500 children across his lifetime. 6. A personal favorite of mine. The release of the film Jaws had such an impact upon people's view of the ocean that the Professional Association of Diving Instructors PADI reported that their numbers had dropped by somewhere around 60%. A group of sharks is called a shiver, a group of crows a murder, and a group of ferrets a business. Also, ferrets make a noise when excited that is referred to as ducking, and they get excited and start jumping backwards. It's called their war dance. Sucking your own dick feels more like sucking a dick than getting your dick sucked. Cimarron Co. OK is the only county in the US to border 4 different states. TX, NM, COKS. Only humans and armadillos can get leprosy. A giraffe's tongue is so long that it can lick its own ears clean. The longest German word where every letter only is used once is Hiesallruckstasabdampfung. And outside of stating this fact, I have so far never needed it in my life. Disneyland doesn't have a jail. There is an OC jail on Disneyland property. On the television show Reba, one of the characters played by actress Scarlett Palmers was battling an eating disorder and left the show, with the full support of the cast, to get treatment. After completion of treatment and gaining some weight back, she quietly returned to the show. The only mention of it was upon her return to the show, where she was asked, "Where have you been?" To which she responded, "I went to get something to eat." I've never watched a moment of Reba, yet somehow that stupid fact that an ex-GF taught me 18 years ago has stuck in my head. Flamingos' orgasms last over 20 minutes. Nobody is going to see this. Camel milk does not curdle. You can dislocate your arms just sleeping in a bad position. Frida Kahlo's father was the first man in Mexico to take a picture of himself naked. 867-5309 is a prime number. Most toilets flush in E-flat. It takes 7 pounds of force to tear off an ear with your hands, and about 40 pounds of force to break a femur.